Well then, this is the wonderful cowboy music from George Harrison's Wonderwall. I'm going to take it off. Now then everyone, welcome to Vinyl Monkey. This is my birthday edition. I wouldn't normally, as you probably heard me ramble on about before, I wouldn't normally put any significance on my birthday, but this one's 66, so it's the new 65 I suppose, the pension age. I get my bus pass, so I can go to the pub gig tonight for free. That's great. And I also got a few prezzies, and I thought some of them are music related, some of them not really music related, like the wellies. I hope you really like them. Yeah, first one I got, this one's George Harrison's debut album, recorded 67, released 68, first Beatle to release a solo album. I think it was the first record on Apple Music. But this is Wonderwall music, and it's sort of a soundtrack really to the Wonderwall film that starred Jane Birkin, which I know nothing about whatsoever. This is really different. It's a couple of longer songs. It's mainly Indian music. It's a lot of short stuff, but it's really interesting. I've listened to it twice now, and I'm quite taken with it. It's very different. I think it's sort of divided opinion, but yeah, I like it. And this one is a special edition released for Record Store Day this year. I think that Harrison's record label, Dark Horse Records, they're planning to release all of George Harrison's solo stuff on Zoetrope vinyl, I think it's called. The Zoetrope is sort of predates film. It's from the sort of back half of the 19th century, 1800 nods. Sort of canister with slits in it, and the canister goes round, and it sort of gives the impression of moving pictures. And this is the same sort of design. I don't suppose you'll be able to see it in this light, but sort of fantastic really. It doesn't seem to adversely affect the sound quality. The sound's quite nice on this. Lots of different instruments, sitars and tablas and other Indian instruments that, but there's lots of separation, really clear sort of sound, so it doesn't seem to diminish the sound quality, but the optical illusion created when this is spinning are fantastic. I mean, this record looks like it's changing speed all the time. It looks like it's going to stop. The swirls look like they're continuing to spiral outwards off the edge of the record. Yeah, great stuff, and it's a limited edition. I think it was only 8,000 printed, and this one is number 1575. So yeah, lovely stuff. Really pleased with that one. George Harrison's Wonderwall. And yeah, the bus passed, the wellies, and then we went away, me and my partner, to Nice for a long weekend, joint birthday treat. That was great. It's a beautiful city for anyone who hasn't been. Lots of like the young beautiful people, some obscene ostentatious wealth on show, but that apart, it's a gorgeous city, beautiful. The weather was great, and there was an antique fair with an antique market with a great record store. Actually, you expect to play a lot more, I would have thought, in France, particularly somewhere like Nice, but picked these two little ones up for bargain prices really. First of all, Procol Harum's first album. This is a French edition of White Shade of Pale, and it contains the set album Cantillon Conquistador, one of my favourite Procol Harum records. I've been trying to get this one. I've got probably 70-80% of Procol Harum stuff on album and on vinyl, and I've been looking for this one at a decent price, and this one was only €12, and it's great stuff. I think this is the 1972 reissue, but it's in absolutely mint condition, and of course the reissue contains the song White a Shade of Pale, where the original UK release from 1968 didn't contain that, because in Britain they often didn't put singles on albums, thinking that people shouldn't or wouldn't pay for them twice. But great to get that. Mixed bag of tracks really, but some great sort of psychedelic, early prog sort of stuff. Yeah, good stuff. Procol Harum, White a Shade of Pale. And then secondly, this is Jacques Brel, Belgian born but sings in French, brilliant songwriter. He heavily influenced lots of British or English speaking, should I say, rock and pop singers, Scott Walker particularly, David Bowie, Mark Armand, Soft Cell, people like that, really influenced by Jacques Brel. I love this series of records by Barclay, that I've got a few of these now from different French singers. I'll maybe do a feature on it, but it struck me, the cover there, how much Jacques Brel looks like Nick Cave in that particular photograph. But yeah, there he is there. Yeah, superb stuff. Great songwriter. J'arrive, I think that was a single. I've just given it a quick listen, but maybe come back to that one. Jacques Brel. Then, second from last, this is a great book, The Philosophy of Modern Song, Bob Dylan. It's been out a couple of years now. I think it was 2022. But basically, it's 60 essays by Dylan on a wide range of songs, many of them from the 1950s and early 60s, some a little bit later into the 70s, but just brilliant writing. I mean, this is the first, I think, new writing that Dylan has produced since Chronicles 1, which is stunning. For anyone who hasn't read that, absolutely stunning. And I think it's the first writing he's published since he got the Nobel Prize for Literature. So, and Mazzy, Norman Maslov does a great has a great video, or maybe more than one video even, talking about this book as well. So, but it's a fantastic book, The Philosophy of Modern Song, Bob Dylan. And then lastly, I'll just change that and knock that down a bit. Another album. This is, you've heard me talk about this band before, one of my favourite bands, the Lemonheads. This is Come On Feel the Lemonheads from 1993. It was the middle one of that sort of group of three brilliant early 90s albums. Started with It's a Shame About Ray, then this one, and then lastly Car Button Cloth. Fantastic album. Evan Dando at the peak of his powers, the group just sounding just brilliant pop music. And this edition, which matches the one I've got of It's a Shame About Ray, this is fantastically packaged. You've got the original album side 1 and 2. You've got this great booklet. It comes sort of bound as a book. That's a postcard, just fell out, with an essay in there. I haven't read that yet, but really good, if it's anything like the last one. And then you've got the extras on a second album at the back there. Comes in a hardback sort of book. The extras are alternatives and acoustic sort of outtakes, and then some covers and curiosities. Really well done, really well packaged. Delighted to have that. I don't know whether they produced the third one I mentioned in this format yet, but if they did, I'll have to get it. So we're going to go out with this one. This is the Lemonheads. It's the last track on side 1. It's big gay heart, and hopefully this will work. No, it's not. Oh dear, hang on. Well, just talk amongst yourselves, everybody, while I see if I can get this going. What's the matter with it? There we are. Here we go, this is the Lemonades, big gay heart.
Take a look into some big grey eyes and ask yourself, you wanna make them cry? Looking at them, it's just as well, but you don't live to see another ask you why. Either way, you got a bone to pick, can't you?
Hey, it's Evan Dando. Gorgeous, isn't it?
I don't need you to suck my dick or to help me feel good about myself.
Big gay heart.
Please don't break my big gay heart. Big gay heart. Please don't break my big gay heart.
See you, everyone. Ta-da.